What's going on, everybody? It's that one, dude, 76 in the house. And we got another video here for y'all today. But I know last week I didn't talk anything about the Eagles. But that's because, they had the bye. I wanted the bye to be the bye. Let it be. Let it go how it is. But what happened? Everybody let the birds go. Let them work how they needed to work. And we came out this week with the dub, guys. But let's be real here. There were some L's throughout the game. But don't worry. That one dude's got you covered, and we're going to talk about it here today. So without further ado, it's party time. All right, my dudes. Usually I'm always going and starting with the offense and talking about that stuff. But let's go about the defense today, okay? Score ended up being 16-20. And first of all, before I even say anything, that is way too close of a game when you look at the caliber of a team that the Birds are compared to the Browns. Of course, the Browns defense being one of the top defenses, in my opinion, one of the top tier defenses in the league. You got Myles Garrett, Darius Smith. Their corners are no joke. Their linebackers are no joke. Everybody on that defense is an absolute stud. So to me, it's like playing that caliber defense, allowing us to come out with the win. I think is extremely impressive. Let me get that off the table first, okay? But going to the defense, right? We have 5 sacks going into today's game, okay? Let me read it out for y'all. We had Jalen Carter coming out with a sack. We had Nolan Smith coming out with a sack, okay? Josh Sweat. We had Milton Williams and Thomas Booker coming out with half a sack, okay? Cooper DeJean in his first game back, starting, doing what he got to do, came out. My dude, DeJohn, was absolutely balling. I am completely with the game that he had, especially his first actual professional game. Thought that was good. And listen, I'll give credit where credit is due. I know I have not liked this dude in all this season, but I'll give it to you. You had half a sack. Good job, bro. It's okay. All right. So that's on that aspect of the defense in terms of, acknowledging what they've been able to do so far and acknowledging everything that's been going on so far. Let's see. To me, there was a couple points that I also wanted to mention too, in the sense of, for example, Quinyon, his attitude when CJ got into his way and they collided with each other. I get it, the emotions there and everything. With the balls up, you're about to get your first pick of the season as a rookie. Everything's going good, and in my opinion, CJ, he should have backed off. He knew you had the ball. Maybe he didn't see you. He just tracked where the ball was going, and boom, you guys were there. But that's like the utter of communication, trusting your guy, being able to understand where each person's going to be in the coverage, especially with Quinyon tracing him all the way to the end zone. You could tell it seemed like sort of a man coverage kind of situation. So it's like, while he should be over top rather than right in the lane where Quinyon is, it's like I can understand where the mistake occurred. Hopefully going forward in the season, we don't make that mistake, because, of course, in the games coming up, these are going to be real crucial moments for us, that if we let those happen, then I'm actually going to come back here and actually be more furious about it. Keely laid him out. Lord have mercy. That dude came up the sideline, and I'm saying, oh, man, there's no... And I saw Keely just wham, bro. Oh, my gosh. Just absolutely destroyed him, dude. Like, my dude did not seem so strong at that moment. You get it? I know, that's pretty funny. So when it comes to the defense, I'm feeling pretty okay about it. But one thing I will say, I know that Kobe Dean has been doing good in these past couple of weeks, but today was like this last game was the first time I would say dude kind of got exposed. I would say, I think we're starting to get into the realization that Trotter needs to be the guy with Bond. I think Nakobe Dean is like a good backup, but as of right now, it's like my dude's, getting stiff-armed. He's getting broken. It's like it's like he's not able to like keep up after a minute. You know what I mean? He's a good blitzing back, I would say. Maybe coverage on the tight ends. It's just that, if his waistband was a little longer, dude would be fantastic. But it's starting to get a little skeptic here and there. You know what I'm saying? It's getting a little skeptic. It's getting a little scary. But that's for a different story. Who else? Slay. He's been getting quiet. He has been getting quiet, guys. I can't even lie. It's getting a little scary for me. You know what I mean? I know there's a whole thing about, you're on the podcast, you're this, you're that. I see that as petty stuff. All right? I don't really care what you do. Like, you want to do outside of football, like, enjoy yourself, have fun. Like, you were Darius Slay before you became Big Play Slay, and I get that. So it's like, that's not my biggest issue. My issue is that when you come to the field, there's no big play in Slay right now. So I don't know where he's at. I don't know what's going on. I would expect as a fan, as a person who's watched these birds since, I couldn't even remember when I was a kid, back probably 2004, Donovan McNabb Super Bowl, that the expectation for you, especially with the name that you have, it's up there. So it's like, we hope coming into, week 6, 7, 8, when you start to get to the crucial winter months of 12, 13, 14, 15, that's where we need big play Slay to show up. So it's like, it's still early, guys. We're second place in the division. I have no fears as of right now. We're playing the Bengals next week, so we'll see how that goes. I'll get more into that later. But that's my take on the defense right now. If there's anything I missed, you guys comment down below. But as far as right now, let's get to the offense. Rock with it. All right, so let's get to this offense, okay? Because I can't lie. It hurts so good when you start cooking on offense. So, Saquon coming out 47 rushing yards. I wasn't the happiest with it, of course, from a fantasy standpoint. But I thought Saquon played well, especially for a very tough run defense. It wasn't as overwhelming as I was anticipating it to be. But when you have A.J. Brown, Lane Johnson, Devontae Smith, one of these the top guys in the league come back, I get it. You know what I mean? The carries are probably going to get taken away. Hurts is going to feel a lot more comfortable. And listen, it showed, you know what I mean? That A.J. Brown came back, 6 receptions, 116 yards. Devontae Smith came back, 3 receptions for 64 yards. Dude literally had a nice, quick in-route, little crossing route, in-route, and then boom, right at the sideline, he was gone. Like, it's like you could tell Hurts has his confidence back. You could tell when those guys are out there, he's less stressed. Even though these past 4 weeks, he's thrown an interception, even though he didn't have, Smitty and Brown for 2 of those weeks. But where was no interceptions this week? We had no turnovers this week, guys. And that's pretty, while everyone's just like, oh, you're really celebrating that? It's like, listen, it's an improvement. An improvement is an improvement. So, Hurts is on the up. You can't say nothing about that. We just got to win. Second place in the division. Doing what we had to do. Calcaterra, even though, you know what this really showed? Let me give a hot take. This shows me Hurts can't do it without Brown and Smith, but he could do it without Goddard. And it's sad to say, because I really like Goddard, but Calcaterra, how would he go? 4 receptions for 67 yards. You know what I mean? He didn't have a Goddard game against the Saints. But, we were also struggling immensely on offense when Brown and Smith weren't there. So it's like, and we were struggling as well against the Saints when A.J. Brown wasn't there either. So it's like you start really picking up the nuances of where does Hurts feel the most comfortable? Who does he trust the most? What is he capable of doing the best in a sense? So that's, if I'm able to see that, I wonder what the NFL coaches around the league who are coming up to play the Birds next are seeing. You know what I'm saying? So, but, I trust our OC. He's able to go, make the plays, do what he has to do. He's able to make the adjustments. Shoot, if you make that look good, especially after this L that they just had, listen, he can make He can make Hurts look like MVP. So like I said, let it take time. It's the first year. Do you remember back then when the Birds were with Shane Steichen, Jonathan Gannon for their first year? We lost the first round. What happened the following year? We went to the Super Bowl. So that's what I mean. And now everyone's understanding that this is the first year this team's together. And they're supposed to just mesh like that. Let it take time. You know, we got another win this week. Win by win, like going through the wins each week. It's a whole different kind of conversation if we're sitting here talking about, man, we're like the Browns at 1-5. Then we start sitting here questioning whose fault it is. But we're still in the playoff running. We're still doing good. It's still only week 5. We're going into week 6. So like I said, we're good. But what we're not good is Coach Sirianni. And let's get this straight out right now. He is getting paid however much money to coach the Birds. The Birds that I love. The Birds that the city of Philadelphia loves. We hold this team to a high standard. We hold everything that they do, and we wear that emotion on our sleeves. We act and we feel as if every play that is happening in Lincoln Financial, we are straight up first person in the moment. We feel every emotion that goes on throughout the game. And for me to see a head coach, I've never seen this in my life being a fan of this team, have the audacity to, even regardless, I have heard some crazy shit be said in that stadium. Every coach, every player has been able to hold the rapport to be able to be okay and understand that they know what city they're playing for. When they ball out, we are their biggest supporters. When they are selling, we are their biggest critics. So for you to go and comment to the fans about them talking about your job, it shows the character when you just said in a previous interview about what are your feelings about your job being on the hot seat, and you saying you're not even thinking about it, that's not your priority, that's not on your mind, you're literally going week by week because you know what you need to build. I did not look like that for you to have to go to some random fan who feels emotional about their team and you to just go and, I don't know, roast, comment, spit back, whatever. You want to go to the Philadelphia Eagles. You want to go and you want to talk smack to everybody else. You want to go and, be in the Chiefs tunnel and saying you can't hear nobody. That's fantastic. But when you start doing that to their own fans, you start questioning, like, listen, you won 4 points against a 1-5 now team. A 1-4 team now. The real question is, are you the reason why we're winning? Or is because, number one, 11, 6, 26, 88, or on the other side of the ball, 98, 27, 90, 54, 19 now, not 0. We're going to scratch 0. 2 and 8. The reason why we're balling the way we are. So like I said, take your time with it. Understand the situation. And as a coach, sit back and understand, we're not the enemies. You said to yourself, oh, it's a family thing. Well, families hard on each other. Don't get sensitive. I'm that one dude. And I'm going to catch y'all next time. Wait, hold up. Time out. Y'all thought I forgot? Moneyline picks. This is what we got this week. All right, coming up, Moneyline picks this week. I got the Saints taking the Broncos. I got the Patriots allowing the Jaguars to continue their losing streak. The Bills are going to still stay hot. I think the Lions are going to take the Vikings off of their undefeated streak. We're going to go with the Seahawks that week as an upset. I see that as an upset, but we got the Colts. I'm going to go with, why not the Bengals? Yeah, I like the Bengals this week. I'm not going to lie. Okay, we got Eagles and Giants Oh, that's gonna be a nice game for Saquon to go back to MetLife and get saucy with it. So then we got the Texans. We got the Rams. I'll go with the Commanders. The Chiefs are gonna take them again probably for that Super Bowl rematch. And then I'll go with the Steelers. I'll go with the Steelers in prime time. We got the Ravens against the Bucks. I'll take the Ravens. We got the Chargers versus the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals is the shocking team. They're playing at home, so why not? If y'all want to know why, you let me know. Comment down below. Make sure to like. Make sure to subscribe. I'm that one dude 76, and I'm gonna catch you on the next one.